Now we've added significant noise to the environment, anywhere from 40 to 80 decibels of noise. What we're going to be doing is switching to the OpenFit 2, stay quiet to see how much is canceled, and we'll continue with the audio test. Let's go to switch. Hey guys, now in today's video, we're taking a look at the brand new OpenFit 2. These are from Shokz. We just came back from CES and we actually picked these up at the show. And I've been using them at the show and now back at home. I'm going to give you in this review my experience with the product. We're going to do an EBPMAN style call quality and audio test. And again, if you're looking at getting the next generation or you're new to Shokz and looking at open-eared, I would say, earbuds or headphones like this, then you'll want to check out this video. So let's get right to it. Now this is the next generation of the OpenFit earbuds, and I have to tell you, as you can see me wearing them right now, they are the most comfortable earbuds that you can wear because they don't really go into your ear. These are earbuds that just rest on your ear. They have crazy good battery life. We're talking about 11 hours of usage per charge. And I love these because when I'm using them, I either use them for calls, or what I'll do is I'll use them to listen to audiobooks. So I'm going to be listening to audiobooks for a long time during the day, or again, following a podcast or something else. Now, 11 hours per use, and you could use them independently, one in one ear, one in the other, which is going to extend the battery life. So that would be 11 hours per ear. Think about that. That's 22 hours, or combined 11 if you're using them both at the same time. You get with the actual case 48 hours worth of usage. And the case hasn't really changed much, right? Same size, doesn't have Qi charging, but it really works. And also, if you're looking for fast charge, 10 minutes is going to give you 2 hours of usage. Now, one of the things I really like about this version is that they've enhanced several aspects of the earbuds, or again, the open ear earbuds. Dual boost deep bass technology, which means these sound pretty throaty for something that doesn't go in your ear. So you do get a good separation of music, mids, highs, and then the bass. They have 17.3 independent high frequency drivers. And I can tell. So as I'm comparing these, and by the way, I did get a lot of different earbuds that are competitors to this in this last show. And while I tested them and put them on, the ones that I kept on going back to are these. These sound the best. And more importantly, not only did they sound great for my ears, they also have great call quality, AI clear calls. And I'll tell you, as I was walking on the convention floor, and if I was using one of the other earbuds, I'd get someone who would call me and say, hey, can you switch back? I really can't hear what's going on. I'd put these on and they would sound amazing. So we're going to do our test and you'll be able to hear that as well. They have flexible ear hooks, which they always did, but they've also improved the actual silicone itself that goes around your ear. They've made some slight modifications, and now they have this ultra soft silicone feature. Now, Bluetooth 5.4, IP55 rated, and then also 9.4 grams, super light. So let's take a closer look. You've already seen them on. I just took them off, but we're going to take a close look at these, and then we're going to go into our call test. As you can see, I'm pretty excited about the, again, this next generation because, again, I use these all the time. Sometimes I end up buying a couple of these because I forget to charge them, but at 11 hours, this is pretty good. So let's go ahead and take a close look at the OpenFit 2. Now, the earbuds are pretty straightforward, and so is the case. And you're going to see mine is a little beat up, guys. And I'm sorry about that because I didn't do an unboxing on camera because, again, I was using them. I literally got these at the booth, at the Shokz booth, which is great. And they were released at the time that we were at CES. So they have some scratches, but they are new. Trust me, well, they're days new. Now, these earbuds, the case itself has USB-C charging in the back. It does have in the inside right here a pairing button. You can see that they look similar to the previous generation. And you can see as soon as you turn them on, open up the case, they light up. Now, the case itself is magnetic, so they don't fall out easily. It snaps nicely, so you get that nice feel. And I'm going to take these out and show you some of the changes because they've made some changes. Some of them I like, and some of them I've been having some difficulty with. So this is what they look like right here. Now, what I'll highlight is the first thing. They added a physical button. Do you see that little button right there? That is a multi-function button that's going to allow you to answer phone calls, play, pause. It's just going to be multi-function. But they also kept the touch, which I thought was really interesting. So they have right here, and this is kind of hard to see, but there's like a little bump right here. So they have a touch sensor there that allows you to activate your virtual assistant, whoever you have on your phone. So it has this button and this button. But if you're going to be using, again, the standard things to answer, play, pause, volume, all that stuff, it's going to be this guy right here. But it has another one right here, and it's on both earbuds. And the app allows you to configure how they're going to work. You could see the design has changed somewhat. So you can see just, kind of like the metal finish that you have here. You can see the large driver area. And again, this is air conducted sound, so it's directional going into your ear. And then you could see that it has the kind of like the battery area, which we've come to see from, again, this style. And let's face it, a lot of people have copied them since they've come out. Now, what has been my experience with these? Because I was using these for over 10 hours a day. So 6 o'clock in the morning is when we would go to the CS show, and then we'd be, till 9 o'clock at night. And I only use one, right? So I alternate. As one would die, I'd grab the other. Now, the one thing I would say that kind of I like, but I would say is kind of a challenge for me personally, is where this button is located. So you notice how I have it in my hand like this, and I'm going to put it right here so you see how I'm grabbing it right there. When I take it off my ears at times, I press the button too hard, or I press too hard because I pinch, and then I actually activate the button. I've noticed that happen to me a couple times. So I'm going to put it on right here so you can see how easy it is. And you'll notice how it goes on, and I have glasses. All right, let's do that one more time. I'm going to take it off. So watch how I'm going to put this on. I'm just sliding it in. And because it has that silicone finish, that's ultra soft silicone, it just wraps on. And you can see I wear glasses, and this does not challenge at all wearing glasses, right? Now, again, if I'm going to take them off, and you can see this right here, and I go to grab, I have to make sure I don't grab here. I have to kind of go a little further down, and that's where I have a problem. Because when I come here, see over here, this is where the button's at, and this is where there's no button. Doesn't feel comfortable doing it that way. So I don't know how I would take them off, because I'm not going to grab this. It just doesn't feel natural. But I found that I have that problem in just as I'm using these. So again, they go on easy. And if I take the other one and I put this on, I can put it on the same way, snap it on like this, and then this is what the look is. And they don't stand out that much. So you see my profile here, you can see that they're not really those big things sticking out of my ear. And they're super comfortable. I'm telling you, I can wear these and there's no fatigue, right? You don't get any weight, the cartilage of your ear. This is great for someone who has problems with putting things in their ears as well. This is great also for someone who suffers from blindness and wants to be able to hear the world and not be obstructed by it. If you want to have situational awareness and you want to be able to run, they're going to be great. Again, my only qualm is again, that little where the button's at, that I find that I have to be careful. I have to think about when I grab, because I don't want to grab it by mistake. So, or, make a phone call or whatever, however you have it connected. So that's the only thing I would say that I found a little bit challenging, but it's not a blocker for me when it comes to purchasing. So the next thing we're going to do is let's talk about audio. And the audio experience on these, and I'm going to play some tracks and give you the ability to hear, but be aware that it's open, right? So you're going to hear everything that's around. So it's not going to be as immersive as you hear from other things, because again, it's not in your ear canal, right? So we actually simulate this with a binaural mic that has ears, right? So it's going to be what you would hear if you had these on. That's just one thing. But bass, mids, and highs are present. Separation is good. They're loud. Louder than I've seen other earbuds of this class when I've used them. And I've enjoyed really how well they sound. Plus, there's not a terrible amount of leakage going on. If you raise the volume enough, people are going to hear you, right? Because, hey, it's air. It's not in your ears, pointing towards your ear. So I highly think that these are great for those of you who want to have this style and still listen to music. Next, let's go into the call quality test.
Now next we're going to do a call quality test of the OpenFit 2 in a quiet environment.
As you can see here, our decibel readings are about 28 to 30 decibels of noise. Let's go to switch.
Now this is what the OpenFit 2 from Shokz is going to sound like in a quiet environment. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. This is our test. Next, we're going to add some wind. Now this is what the OpenFit 2 will sound like with wind in the environment. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. This is our test.
Now we've added significant noise to the environment, anywhere from 40 to 80 decibels of noise. What we're going to be doing is switching to the OpenFit 2, stay quiet to see how much is canceled, and we'll continue with the audio test. Let's go to switch.
Now this is what the OpenFit 2 sound like in a noisy environment. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. This is our test. Now, if you're wondering what they sound like with an infant crying in the background, this is what they're going to sound like with an infant crying in the background. Now, if you're wondering what they sound like with a dog barking in the background, this is what they're going to sound like with the dog barking in the background. Now, if you're wondering what they're going to sound like with the doorbell ringing, this is what they're going to sound like with the doorbell ringing.
crazy when I shut my feelings out. You look at me like I'm different. Still you stay cause you feel something real. Get so lost in my moments. Doesn't mean I don't need you. I fell in love with your colors. They kinda tell me what I'm thinking. I fell in love with the way we are and the way we lose it.
Now let's go ahead and now taking a closer look at the app, you're going to see that the app continues to improve and grow. It's matured quite a bit. As we take a look at what's going on here, you basically have both of your earbuds displayed here with the battery life for each, and then you also see the case. You do have some EQ mode to change up, again, how your experience is. And that experience is going to vary based on your choices. So you can have standard, vocal, bass, boost, treble boost, or customize it. I'm going to leave it on bass boost for those of you who really like bass, and we'll see how that sounds when we do our audio test. Now, you'll notice here that it has multi-point pairing, which means you can connect to two devices at the same time. It's something that I have connected. I have this connected to my Fold, and then I also have it connected to my S24 Ultra, and when the S25 comes out, it'll be connected to that too. You can customize your controls, and you can see here that you have double clicks, right? So you have the physical buttons right there, and then you have the touch button right there, so you can control those. Although on the touch, it's very limited, right? You basically have voice assistant. I don't see any other options, but here you have a lot more options. Long press, single press, click, double click, you just have all these different choices here. I do have the most current firmware installed. Volume control right here, and then again, if you're listening to any kind of media, you can play. But pretty much, it's a pretty straightforward app, simple, easy to use, which is what I like, and it's available both on Android and iOS. So guys, that wraps up our review of the OpenFit 2 from Shokz. See you in the next video.